Damn it. Looks like I'm here again.
Dance for me. And don't look me in the eye when you dance.
Dance for me, boy. Dance for me, son. Dance for me.
Do you know what it feels like to run a BJJ technique channel that spams constant videos on Conor's fighting strategy instead? All because people are all about the Mac life these days, not the mat life. But seriously, I have two more important points to make before this Conor and Khabib matchup. So as much as I can't dance, I will get on that pole again, and start stripping off those layers. Anyways, two last things before the fight. One point I have noticed is viewers suggesting that Khabib should just put up his guard and walk Conor down. Much like how Nate Diaz did, when he fought Conor both times. Doing this takes away your arms from a throwing position, and is basically an invitation to get beat up. If you are Nate, that actually might be a good thing. In their first fight, Conor was primarily a headhunter, and while he made contact, many shots were smothered on Nate's guard. Guarding up in the first fight was effective, because Conor was taking the bait, and was targeting Nate's head looking to aggressively finish him. Nate's chin and cardio though, allowed him to weather the storm and come back from what looked like a one-sided affair. The second fight, besides going for more leg kicks, Conor made the adjustment to stop headhunting, looking for more body shots instead. Because Conor was targeting the head less, he was more effective in terms of racking up damage. Studying these two fights is a whole video in itself, which is not the point today, but I just wanted to show what Conor will do against an opponent hoping to weather the storm on the outside, rather than aggressively look to close the distance. Another point I noticed from my last video is that some viewers think that expecting Khabib to show up with more lateral movement is too much to ask. During the open workout a few hours ago, Khabib was using the same jab feint setup again, to go for his double legs. This suggests that Khabib hasn't really been working on changing his shot entries, but it could be just a misdirection. He also didn't show any single leg takedowns, which featured heavily in his fight with Raging Al. Conor in his open workout was signaling heavily that he was ready for any attempt to charge him down the center line. During his pad work, uppercut and knees featured heavily in his strikes. He was also switching his feet a lot, indicating that he's prepared to quickly draw back his lead leg against a single. Judging purely on the skills on display during the two workouts, it looks like both are headed for a showdown, straight down the center line. Khabib doesn't have to miraculously turn into Dominic Cruz to throw off Conor's footwork. Just one small adjustment could help Khabib be less reliant on a jab feint to close the distance. To build on the point I was making in my main preview, study this old fight between Neil Seery, Conor's teammate, and Kyoji Horiguchi. Here you can see Horiguchi just circling Seery, not charging down the center. He is also not trying to run around Seery to take the center. He's just getting Seery to turn on the spot with his circling. Now Horiguchi takes a wide step off the center line. Seery is still facing forward, and hasn't changed his feet, to re-square with Horiguchi. Suddenly, Horiguchi runs at Seery at an angle, and gets a knockdown. Taking an angle, to quickly come in, while your opponent is moving or turning, can be a good way to close the distance. Someone waiting in the center, for a head-on attack that never comes, can start getting frustrated, being constantly turned. Now obviously, Khabib can mix some of these angles with takedown attempts instead, to confuse Conor. Whether Khabib has developed such a takedown entry, is pure speculation on my part, but it at least seems safer than trying to beat Conor to the punch, down the center line. Seems hopeful, but a long time has passed since both have fought, and all kinds of surprises could be waiting. Alrighty, that's it for today. I have one last point to make before I go. Some Khabib fans out there are apparently offended that I have referred to Khabib as Nurmi in previous videos. Apparently, it's disrespectful and no one calls him that. Given this channel is all about evidence-based reasoning through film study, I think it's only apt I respond to these Khabib fans with this video. Take care all.
Nurmagomedov. Khabib, I'm sorry. Nurama. I say Numi.